success.
Cool. All right, so welcome to lesson 11, everyone.
It's all about inflation.
Woohoo!
Almost done.
Does
Seriously.
anybody have anything you want to talk about, I guess, before we start this quiz?
Not that I can think of. Put it up right now. Other than that, I don't have anything.
Right, someone want to start us off?
Which of the following is not correct? I said that the second one, for the last 40 years or so, U.S. inflation hasn't shown much variation.
That sounds right to me. Even though, like I said, I didn't do the reading yet, like that doesn't, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I just know that the 70s had a huge spike. And if you go back 40 years, that's when the 70s was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah.
Number 2, if real interest rate is 6% and the price level is falling at a rate of 2%, what is the nominal interest rate? I said 4, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. It was worded kind of weirdly, so I couldn't decide between 4 and 8.
Because it
That
says
is weird.
falling, so that's why I subtracted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was the same way. I was tossing up between 4 and 8.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it might be 8. Because nominal is what you subtract from. But it could be 4 also. Yeah. I don't know.
It's saying that the level is falling.
Right.
And on the graph, when it's going down, it's actually increasing. So it's just weird.
That's weird. So what do you guys think? Are you leaning toward 4?
Yeah, it's mostly a toss-up though for me, but I would go with 4 just because.
I'm gonna Google it real quick.
Captain Google knows all. Just about. It's actually not Captain Google, it's Quizlet.
Quizlet.
Right. Yeah. Tell Drew doesn't surf the web for answers very often. He's just like, I just know
I just don't know the technical terms.
Quizlet is like all the quiz questions and stuff.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know about that.
With the answers online, yeah.
So Course
Heroes. It's like a study guide website, so you can make like your own flashcards basically. So you can like go to quizzes that we've done and like put in the questions and answers and like go ahead and review it yourself. But then you can access other people's as well. So.
Course Hero says 4.
Works for me. Okay. From the early 1980s through the 1990s, the nominal interest rate, let's see. Well, it's after the 70s, and so that spike going not so much on the rise anymore. I said it fell because inflation was now under control.
That sounds right.
The first one.
Yeah. I agree.
Might have to attribute that to like Reaganomics or something. I don't know.
That sounds right to me, I think.
Okay. It's interesting. My cousin's he's an economist. And he told me all about Reaganomics and trickle down economics and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Valuable resource you have.
Well, he works for the state of Alaska now. He's that big. He's that important. And he got his degree here at BYU, Idaho.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a little side note. Don't need to interrupt our lesson or whatever.
Oh, no, it's fun to find out about each other, I think.
I'll read number 4. It says, the evidence from hyperinflation indicates that the money growth and inflation And I said A, are positively related, which is consistent with the quantity theory of money.
Yes.
That's
I
what
went.
Is that what you said too, Drew?
Yes.
Did you say A?
Yep.
Yes, correct.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right to me. I'll read
Okay.
5. If the CPI rises, the number of dollars needed to buy a representative basket of goods increases, right? And so the value of money falls?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so B.
So B.
B.
That's
B.
based
be or
on my having not read the chapter yet, but
Do you want me to
Makes
put the answers up on the side like we usually do?
what's that?
In the chat, do you want me to put the answers?
In the chapter what?
No, in the chat.
On the chat, the answers.
Oh, it's not doing that. Sorry, I always do it like on an Excel sheet. Oh, thanks for doing that. Yeah,
Right
so it's
there.
like B, A, 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 B. Yeah, without Oscar, I didn't even think about it.
All right.
So number 6 says, which of the following events could explain? Sorry, my antivirus popped up too. Oh my gosh, go away. This computer is driving me crazy today. Could explain a shift of the money supply curve from MS1 to MS2. And increase in value money, decrease in price level, open market purchase. So C. Open
Yes.
market purchase.
That's what I
Because
said
that
too.
increases the level of money, right?
The
Mhm.
supply. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
supply.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
And then demand goes down.
7, open market purchases by the Fed make the money supplies. And I said B, increase, which makes the
Yeah.
value of money decrease.
Yeah,
Yes.
that like correlates with the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
Same concept.
Mhm.
Okay. If M equals 2,000, P equals 2.25, and Y equals 6,000, what is the velocity? The velocity would be 6.75.
A. Yep.
Yep.
Yes. Velocity.
The price level is a what term? B, dichotomous variable?
I said D.
Oh,
Nominal.
nominal variable.
Yeah.
I said nominal too.
Yeah, it's all about the money.
Yeah.
So is D
Okay.
correct then?
D's and
So
delta.
I would go with
Yep.
delta.
Okay.
Okay. Based on the quantity equation, if M equals 100, V equals 3, and Y equals 150, P would equal 2. Yay. Okay, good.
What's the equation? Or I can look it up later. I mean, I'm going to have to, but
There's 2 ways of stating it. The simplest way probably is M times V equals P times Y.
MV equals PY.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
No problem.
Suppose the United States unexpectedly decided to pay off its debts by printing new money. Which of the following would happen? I said D, all the above. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
Yep.
definitely.
Yep. Under the assumptions of the Fisher effect and monetary neutrality, if money supply growth rate falls, then sorry, this is where I got to before things got crazy at work today. So if money supply falls,
I would think that at least one of them falls.
yeah. That's where I'm at. And I read this like Friday night, so I haven't had a chance to review it yet.
What is it? The Fisher effect?
Yeah. Captain.
Oh no, let's see in Fisher.
What did you guys think it was? I never answered that one.
Oh,
Let me see. According to the Fisher effect, an increase in the inflation rate raises the nominal interest rate by the same amount that the inflation rate increases with no effect on the real interest rate.
So it would be the nominal interest rate falls, but the real interest rate does not.
Yeah, and that's with an increase in the inflation rate. Is that what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's money supply growth rate falls.
So what?
Which affects inflation.
So the
So that
nominal,
would mean that nominal rate would fall and real interest would stay the same, I think.
yeah, that's what I would say. So
So C.
Yep.
That's what I would guess based on that little blurb I just read.
13, inflation tax. And I said C is the revenue created by the government printing money.
Damn them.
Yes.
Sorry. Oh, I need to not swear. Sorry.
You're 2 for 2 this week now.
I know, right? Okay.
All right.
Oh, you
That's
Idaho,
okay.
very holy.
Quickly.
Okay, so inflation.
Which of the
tax.
following are U.S. taxpayers allowed to adjust for inflation for the purpose of income taxes? I was thinking it was both, but that could be incorrect, though.
Only capital gains.
Only capital?
Yeah. I remember in the
That
reading
makes sense.
that
Okay.
it gave an example, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I'm gonna ask Google real quick.
Because like interest income is income we make off of like a bank or savings account, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think in the years I've done taxes that you are like you don't adjust that at all from what I recall. Like I never have. But capital gains, I know I've heard something about that. I might be wrong though.
According to Captain Google, neither.
Really?
Neither.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. I must be thinking of something else with capital gains then.
So I know.
But I guess that makes sense though, because like I don't know why the government would do that. Like say you make like capital gains on like your index funds or something, like why would they like cut you a break? Like it's the government. So they're gonna take all they can.
Yeah, I don't think that they take inflation into
Yeah.
calculation at all when it comes to taxes.
Yeah. So that was D, right?
Yeah. Sorry. Excuse me.
There you go.
I'll read this. Marta lends money at a fixed interest rate and then inflation turns out to be higher than she had expected it to be. The real interest rate she earns it would be lower than expected.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, the real interest, yeah. And the real value of the loan is
lower.
Lower, okay.
I think, right?
Wait.
Aren't they both lower? Because
she lends money.
at a fixed interest, and then inflation is higher, so the real interest is lower because it benefits the borrower, and the value, which means that the value of the loan is lower. They would move together, wouldn't they?
I'm gonna check. Because I almost think it could be D, but yeah. Like I think we have the first one. Marta lends money. Yeah, I think you're right. It looks like you are. So lower and lower is correct. Cool. We'll stick with that.
Okay.
So D.
Yeah.
D. Yeah, 15 is D. 16, when Haley states that inflation by itself always reduces the real return on her savings, she, and I said C, has committed the inflation fallacy.
Yes.
Typical Haley. So dramatic.
Okay, hold on, Versal.
Okay. People go to the bank more frequently to reduce currency holdings when inflation is high. The sacrifice of time and convenience that is involved in doing that is referred to as, I'm not sure, but that is funny and it makes sense. Would it be A?
Nope.
I think
Okay.
it's the shoe leather cost, actually.
Oh, wait, yeah, it makes sense.
C.
Because it's like an opportunity cost, basically.
I like
Okay.
to think about it literally. People create a lot of foot traffic, and that wears down on their shoes.
Yeah. Right. But yeah. I mean, I think
Because they're
about that
back and forth,
sometimes.
back
Like,
and forth.
well, it's the same thing as like I used to like with grocery shopping, if like a price wasn't low enough, like on certain produce, like I'd go to a second grocery store. And I've realized by now, like it's not worth the extra time, basically, like that it takes to save like 40 cents. Like same thing. It's just not worth it.
Time is money.
It is.
Yep.
So see.
Very, very good.
Oh no, I'm putting this on my Excel also. Okay. Indexing the tax system to take into account the effects of inflation would by itself mean only real interest earning. I'm not sure about this.
What did we decide for 17?
17 is shoe leather
C.
cost. Yeah, I don't know about 18.
Indexing the tax system.
18, indexing the tax system to take into account the effects of inflation would by itself mean that only real interest earnings are taxed. That's what I said.
So A.
A.
Cool.
A is what I said. What'd you get, Drew?
Originally, I was thinking D for some other reason, but I don't know.
You always like hold back, Drew. It's so funny. You're like, well, I got something else. Like,
I don't want conflict
I
today.
don't want to shake the boat, but I might be right and you might be wrong.
It's just, yeah. Well, it goes back to that what that other question, the one about. Oh, wait. It was either both or neither, or one or the other,
Oh,
Yeah.
because that's the same concept that's in here. What was it?
yeah. But no, if people have like differing opinions about questions, like I think it's good to bring them up. So
What did you say, Drew, for the answer?
Well, originally I was thinking all of them, but that's because I thought that both of them, the capital gains and the income interest, were both part of it that were included in the tax inducement. But then maybe it's not, and then that would affect this answer too.
And what did you say, Matt?
He said
I
A.
said
You
A.
said
Which is okay.
What question does that go back to, Drew?
14.
It doesn't make sense with capital gains, at least to me. I don't know about C, but I don't think it would. I don't see how it could possibly take away capital gains taxing. So I would bench on going with A.
I just remember it was very oddly worded in the textbook. So,
Oh.
yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
Sometimes they do that, which I guess is good. It like forces you to understand the concept more fully rather than just like, oh, this is the exact same wording. Like, do.
I like you to do questions though.
Yeah, it is nice. But at the same time, I like knowing or feeling like I know this stuff.
well, it's fine if it's a math-based question because they could just change the numbers around. You just have to know
Yeah, the
how to do it.
formula. Yeah.
Mhm. But
Yeah,
when
I
it's-
like that.
But when it's logic-based,
Yeah,
like
or like
which
yeah.
tax is negated and which one is not.
Mhm. Well, I'm gonna go with A also, I think. Okay. During the last tax year, you lent money at a nominal interest or a nominal rate of 6%. Actual inflation was 1%, but people had been expecting 1.5. The difference between actual and expected inflation. It's transferred wealth from the borrower to you, right?
That's what I said.
And caused your to be wait, where's the difference in wording? Hang on.
One says more than 0.5, the other one just says 0.5.
Oh, okay. It's just 0.5 then, right? Or is it more than?
0.5 percentage points higher than what you had expected. I said A.
I would say
Yes.
A, but I'm like, why would they word it like that? Like more than? Like, I don't know. It just kind of made me hesitate.
It had to give you a conflict. Otherwise, it would just be,
Right.
is it wealth from you to the borrower or is it wealth from the borrower to you?
No, I was speaking in regards to the second portion, not the first portion of the question.
Well, that's what I mean. Otherwise, it would only have two choices, so they had to change
Yeah.
it some way.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be a dirt question, and they don't want that.
They can't have that. They can't just give it to us.
No.
Well, or make it a true-false question.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
they're not about that.
Ain't nobody
Too
got
much
time for that.
In
All
order
right.
to maintain stable prices, a central bank must, I said C, tightly control the money
Yes.
supply.
That would
Yep.
make sense.
There's a straight definition from the conclusion section.
That was a dirt question.
Yep, it is.
All right, I'll go ahead and submit it first. I don't mind.
Really? You're not going to study more?
No,
Isn't that what you usually do, though?
I usually do.
She's
19 out of
ripped
20.
right there. Oh.
Great.
You blew.
I'm happy with that.
Did you do?
Take it. Take it to the
You do
bank.
A or D on 18?
I did A.
Yeah, A seems more logical.
Yeah. But I wish we could know like, you know, which one we missed, but
Initially, yeah.
Well, that way we can like talk about it and be like, oh, like this is what happened.
Yeah.
With this
Yeah.
kind of deal.
exactly. Like I want to know like for the homework and the Saturday quiz, like what to do. Okay.
There
Well,
you go.
Well,
anybody else have anything else to discuss?
What about next week?
so
Yeah.
yeah, who wants to host next week?
Anyone feel so